In the world of nowadays, time is one of the most important aspects of our life. Contemporary people like to stick to their plans and schedules where every minute of their day is occupied. We feel comfortable when we know what time it is. This knowledge gives us an opportunity to estimate our daily duties, plan our leisure or work and arrange meetings. Today not everyone is aware that even though the idea of the clock is ancient, the technology that allows us to plan and organize our lives so well and with so much precision was not invented until recent times. For contemporary people, it is impossible to imagine life without knowing the precise time. This is how tightly our modern culture is connected to the technology of clocks. The first prehistoric clocks carried practical and cultural functions. First of all, primitive clocks were designed to let people know the best time for planting seeds. Besides, the clocks gave prehistoric humans the knowledge of the most suitable seasons for mass migrations. Finally, the first clocks were used for the organization and planning of religious rituals such as celebrations, sacrifices and feasts. The first technologies used for estimating time were sundials and water clocks that originate from the 2nd millennium BC. Of course, the devices of these types were not precise. The first mechanical clocks in human history were invented in Europe in the second half of the 14th century. The issue with these mechanisms was their weak power sources. These clocks were powered by weights, they were imprecise, and their mechanisms were very fragile, yet these technologies were the ground for all further inventions. They created the popularity of clocks around Europe. This period of time can be considered as the beginning of the watchmaking industry. In the second half of 1600, the watches and clocks entered a new phase called the Age of Decoration. This means that the technology of clocks remained without significant improvements, yet the outer design of these devices underwent multiple changes. The industry of watchmaking attracted the interest of businessmen and investors. Clocks and watches became an attribute of the fashion, a demonstration of the high status of the owner. This makes clocks and watches an important part of social life. Various designs and styles of clocks and watches started to appear. The new technology became an influential aspect of culture. The first person known to wear a watch on the wrist was Blaise Pascal, the well-known French philosopher and mathematician. The first clock supported by a battery was built in 1906, an electrical impulse was sent from the battery and moved the mechanism of the clock. The first quartz clock was invented in 1927 by Warren Marrison. The device was very big and accurate. The clock's mechanism was based on vibrations of a quartz crystal and electricity. These inventions improved the precision of the technology. To my mind, this technology has influenced social life quite a lot. From the point of view of technological determinism, clocks have affected the way people view time today. The whole idea of high-speed technologies has developed due to the impact of clocks, creating a social fixation on time and precision. Clocks became a disruptive innovation of their time, generating a new market, a whole new sphere of life and a new way of thinking. The high speed of life did not occur until people invented clocks and divided days into hours and minutes. We can notice a significant difference comparing contemporary Western people to cultures such as African or Asian tribes that have no notion of precise time and no modern clocks. Clocks made our society more intense, more effective and more active. The watchmaking industry quickly adopted all the newest scientific discoveries. Clocks were always moving along with the technological progress. Since the 1600s, clocks and watches never went out of fashion. The watchmaking industry today is shared between the most influential and prestigious companies based all over the world and making the most beautiful items. For wealthy people nowadays, just like centuries ago, having an expensive watch is a question of self-respect and a requirement of their social status. The clock became a disruptive innovation of their time and determined social fixation on time, speed and precision. Today clocks and watches carry both practical and aesthetic functions. You can find this and many other essay samples on our website, studycorgi.com.